Before I go all in, can we go over the defendant's profile? That way I'll have something to work with.
Sure. Akihiro Ihara, age 53, senior officer with Tokyo PD, convicted of sexual battery. He'd been stationed in Shinjuku and lived alone in Tokyo. That is, until his arrest.
Lived alone? Unmarried then?
His wife moved to Yokohama without him 7 years ago, when their son Toshiro started at Seiryō High. Toshiro-kun ended up taking his life in his 3rd year. That's 4 years ago, if you're counting.
And the couple never reconciled, huh?
Apparently his wife wanted nothing to do with him from that point on. That's it for personal details.
All right.
As for the charge, Ihara's maintained his innocence. We've had no luck getting him to budge. Mind you, the prosecution has plenty against him. Security camera surveillance, eyewitness footage, even trace evidence gathered on scene.
The same footage the media was plastering on TV?
Yes, although some of it was edited for privacy or length, but it painted a clear enough picture.
Hard to dispute something you can see right in front of you.
True.
And what about when they handed down the verdict? Ihara flew off the handle or something?
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
Your Honor, in a warehouse, about 3 days ago, a body turned up in Yokohama. The body belongs to a guy named Hiro Mikoshiba. 4 years ago.
Ihara seemed convinced that Mikoshiba had bullied his son, and to get his justice, he even took safe. However, the court ruled against him, claiming... I still need to dig into the court record of that case.
Sounds like I'm on deck then. I've got someone involved in the case.
Who?
The chairman of Seiryō High.
Are you talking about me?
I don't know how you pulled
I'm
it.
listening.
Mikoshiba's murder hasn't been made. The Kanagawa...
They'd show us the door, lock it behind them, then probably charge us with obstruction.
Exactly. Oh, and before I send you Mikoshiba's photo, there's one last thing you should know.
What's that?
Ihara's ruling was the day before yesterday. That means we only have 13 more days to potentially file an appeal. If we don't make our move, and once his case is closed...
Right.
I'm sorry to give you a time limit.
Don't worry. I'll have to make do.
Thanks, and good luck.
Yo, what was that about?
Sorry. Give me one more sec. Actually, Kaito-san, can I fill you in later?
Hmm? May I?
You sure can. Remember how you told me about his...
Oh,
This is him, right? Hiro Mikoshiba.
how do you have that photo?
I'd like to ask a bit about him in relation to a separate investigation.
What is it you need to know?
I'm afraid I can't give you any details. This request comes from... I'm sure you understand. It's a matter of detective-client. I know that isn't much consolation. But if it's any comfort...
But don't you see? Mikoshiba-kun was officially
I promise.
reported...
I'll tell you everything I can when I can. I'll start with the basics. Mikoshiba-kun was a graduate here, correct? And that's why he came back.
That's correct.
How long was he supposed to be here?
3 weeks, originally. He'd nearly finished his... It was as if all was well. Then... Or at least, that's how I'd heard it.
Were you two not that close?
No. We'd had barely exchanged...
Wasn't there a pretty dark rumor about Mikoshiba-kun 4 years back? Something about how he drove a student to suicide?
You mean, however, in the subsequent lawsuit, the court found no evidence of bullying.
But you had your doubts, didn't you? So you called on...
Well, yes. The tragedy from 4 years ago does weigh on us.
Well, you say that. Yet I can't help... Why would the head of a school hire detectives to monitor his students and potentially even out of pocket?
Well, for one thing, it would reflect then there's the issue of bullying. I should mention, I'm the one who takes the
That's
fall.
fair. Oh.
I'm...
Could this be what riled you up?
But this is...
This is footage of Akihiro Ihara 2 months ago, captured up in Tokyo. The man was an active duty police officer, so of course it made the... you already knew all that. After all, he's the one who sued your school on account of what his son endured here. Bullying that led...
Well, that's...
And now that he's in the spotlight, any more problems at Serio would lead people to start connecting the dots. The police would dig up that suicide in no time, regardless of whatever the court. They might even reach the conclusion you had covered the whole thing up. I get the feeling that's why we're really here. To prevent...
Oh, that's simply not true.
You sure
At
about
least
that? The thought never even crossed your mind?
Perhaps it did. The scenario you described... Every time I saw Ihara-san on TV, I'd grow sick with...
I can assure you, Chairman, I'm not here to cause any...
In that case, you should speak with Sawa-sensei. She was his teaching mentor.
Her?
See? I told you we should have stayed on her.
How was I supposed to know?
So...
No,
would
thanks.
you like me...
I should go see her myself.
In that case, you may want to go...
Sorry,
I've got it.
Kaito-san, but
What?
I'm fielding this...
You're
I don't
benching all of us?
understand.
If I had time to explain...
I'm sorry. Did you...
Oh. Is Sal...
She should be back shortly. May I ask who's waiting for her?
Well, no, I just need to have a quick word with her is all. Maybe you could tell me where her
It's right over there. The one with all the...
Thank you.
What are you doing here? I thought you'd have gone by now.
Yes, well, I need to ask you a couple things.
Such as?
Such as how close you were to Hiro Mikoshiba.
What?
I heard from Chairman Okuda you were mentoring him as a teacher.
Why do you, of all people, want to know?
Did you notice anything unusual before he disappeared? Any sign of trouble he might have had?
I can't say for sure. He just stopped showing up one day. Really, that's all I know.
Is that really all you can tell me? Nothing jogging the memory?
I said that's all.
You know what, let's start over. Why don't we talk about him as a student? You were already a teacher here by then, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Back when a student here, and Mikoshiba-kun's name came up as one of the potential bullies.
Yes, but those were just rumors.
So he wasn't involved in any teasing?
I teach English, and that's what I was focused on. So as far as I knew, Mikoshiba-kun was a good student with solid grades back then. And during his time in training, I was...
He's not the type to bully then?
I would say no.
Then why would those rumors exist in the first place?
You're asking the wrong... 4 years ago, the court determined this school was not responsible.
You mean Ahara-san's lawsuit? The father of the student who died and an officer in Tokyo? Well, I'm sure you've seen the news.
Yes, but what of it? What?
I believe Ahara-san still thinks his son killed himself because of Mikoshiba-kun.
Let me ask you something, Yagami-san.
By all means.
What are you trying to accomplish? Didn't you finish this whole business with the chairman? If that wasn't enough, you got security called on you. You clearly have zero regard for anyone here. You should have had the sense to leave long before now.
Believe me, once I learn what I need about Mikoshiba-kun, I'm gone.
In that case, you've already got everything you need from...
One last question. You and the chairman both mentioned how Mikoshiba-kun got along. Anyone in particular that he was close to?
The kids in the basketball club? Mikoshiba-kun was in that club back when he was a student. Apparently he...
The basketball club. That includes the gang from before, right?
Yes. They all spent quite a bit of time with him.
All right. With that, I'll get out of your hair.
Just a minute!
Kaito-san, you there? Tell me you're still on campus.
Why? You certainly... Playing teacher's pet with
You
Sawa-san?
mean, did I enjoy getting eviscerated by her? She hates my guts at this point. That aside, I did get some interesting intel. And that's where you come in.
Huh? What for?
I want to find those bullies in the basketball club. Think you...
So I do have a purpose. Ain't that...
Thanks. I'll start scoping.
Irashaimase. ありがとうございました。
Close one. Almost got it. Huh? You're Koda-san from Class 2 too, right? Basketball too?
Yeah?
You have a second? I have some questions about a student teacher who taught classes here named Mikoshiba. Ow! Really?
Yo, you read me talk? That posse of little shitheads just went strutting into the gym with some bats.
Kaito-san, can you at least try to warn me a little sooner next time?
Why? You worried?
Hey! Why are you still here, asshole?
Who the hell are you, anyway?
Talking pretty big for taking a cheap shot while my back was turned.
You had it coming, shady old fuck.
Coda! Hey, you been spilling anything to this guy?
I didn't say anything.
I'll fill you in. I was asking her about Miko Shiba, a student teacher who disappeared from school not too long ago. You guys know him, right? The basketball club would.
Don't bother trying to talk to us like we're your fucking friends, asshole.
I wanna bash your fucking skull in. You'll die before I tell you shit.
You wiped the floor with us yesterday. Only fair for you to take a handicap.
I don't mind at all. Sure. All good. But it's still gonna be pretty one-sided.
You're so full of shit. I'm gonna kick your ass!
Come on. You've got a lot of guts for your age, kid. But come on. You really need a better outlet for all that aggression.
Let me go!
Just what on earth is going on in here?
Hey. Let's roll out.
I'm gonna do you a favor here and leave out the part about the bats.
Huh? Are you even listening?
Yes, ma'am. We were just horsing around a bit. Right?
Just horsing around is right.
You really are unbelievable. Why are you attacking defenseless students on their school property? How many times must I tell you to leave our school alone?
For what it's worth, the chairman asked me to be here.
Oh, good. Let's drag him into this. How should our chairman explain you to the mob of irate parents that will be at his door any second now? Don't worry, there's a very good reason we hired these ragtag detectives to spy on and beat up your kids.
Not the words I'd use.
If I hear anything else about you, anything, I'm going straight to the press. I'm under no obligation to cover for anyone. Oh, and your attire is atrocious. When you show up at a school, at least try to look the part. Now go home.
You hear all that, Kaito-san? I have a funny feeling I'm not wanted here. Can I talk to the chairman real quick?
I'm afraid Sawa-sensei's made her point clear. Perhaps it's best you take your leave. After all, you've satisfied the bulk of my request.
Wait. Okay, how about this? You can hire me on as a teacher. That way, I can stay on campus no problem, right?
But you can't teach without a license. You don't happen to have one, do you?
No, but I do have a lawyer's badge. How's that for certification?
You're a lawyer? Well, that certainly is a respectable position, but it's not exactly a license to educate.
Can't we work something out?
I'm afraid something isn't specific enough. Although, there is always the off chance that you can serve as an outside consultant. A guidance counselor, perhaps.
Oh, yeah. Like a club advisor. Do you happen to have a kung fu club? I've got a few tricks I could show some kids.
No, there's nothing of the sort. And on that note, I believe each club already has an advisor assigned.
That's unfortunate.
Me again. I say it's time we hightailed it out of here. No use sitting around on our asses, right? Why don't you meet us back here and we'll go?
I can't. Not until I find something for Sari-san.
Suit yourself. Don't work too hard now.
Aha! Stop.
Huh?
I knew it. Suspicion confirmed.
Can I help you?
Actually?
I'm sorry, but do I... Oh.
They always say perpetrators return to the scene of a crime. And you just...
Monsieur Voyeur? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about your pervy little upskirt scheme. Seriously, hiding a camera under the stairs? And at your age?
Yeah, you lost me. Now, if you don't mind, I'm kind of in the middle of something.
Oh, no, you don't. I have irrefutable proof of your crime. Why, you're wearing the exact same sneakers as the pervert from yesterday. And don't think they'll carry you to safety.
Okay, what is happening here? Sorry, but your evidence is my shoes? In fact, I'm probably not the only person with this exact pair.
Your shoe style is merely that. You see, before the pervert arrived yesterday, I had covered the floor around the camera with a clear polymer that shines under black light.
Huh?
It's an oil-based substance, so it lasts a few days. Your soles are stained with... Which means you came bumbling back to the scene of the crime, while wearing the very evidence of your mystique. Lamenting your misfortune already? That's what you get for crossing the Mystery
Research Club?
Now, if you'll follow me to the faculty
room... Wait, just... hold on, okay?
There's no escape, sir. I have even more proof of your crimes. The camera may be gone, but fortunately, I snapped a photo of it. With that, I determined everything. Turns out it's an online exclusive. Were I to supply this info, after all, do I need to spell it out any further? Therefore, I think it would be what.
There's no way I'd have noticed an invisible substance on my shoes. But even if I did step in some mystery goop, does that really with so many people on...
No, only the perpetrator. And of course... Why don't you... A chat?
Yeah. Now, I can't give out any details. But having the cops on... So, I'd like to resolve this as amicably as possible.
I will agree to one thing only. Hearing the and make no mistake, I will not be misled by... Hold it right there! If you run away, my evidence...
Hey, look at me. Do I really look like a pervert who'd sneak into a school for dirty pictures?
Well, no.
Right? So, drop the monsieur
But
voyeur...
I would be an utter failure as a mystery
what?
No matter where or when the story is told, this trope carries...
Really?
If you think you can fool this mystery fiend...
Suspicious. You're Kyoko Amasawa-san, right? President of the Mystery...
So what if I am?
I saw your flyer. Sounds like your club's in a tough...
You're not wrong. Our current advisor got married and quit teaching. And on top of that, the chairman's been reluctant to bring in anyone from outside. So the MRC... But your arrival marks our revival. Should I turn you in as a voyeur? It would make a fine feather and it would also prove the value of the MRC. So the chairman would...
Well, that all sounds fine on paper. The real life, you'll need a competent professional in your area of interest. But you think they have time?
When you put it that way, it...
Right? So here's my proposition. How about you make me your...
You? Advise
Why
the
not? A Kamurocho-based detective not good enough?
You're a detective?
Oh yeah. I'm Takayuki Yagami from the Yagami Detective Agency. I was asked to come investigate your school. That's about...
So then, the hidden camera...
I'll let you deduce that yourself. client comp. But I will say one thing. I'm here to stop shady business, not start it.
If he wasn't shooting up skirts, then what was he trying to see? Rather, who was he trying to see? Who put him up to it?
Listen, as I was trying to say, becoming your advisor could work. I'm not done here by a long shot. One of your teachers is bent on saying...
Really? Who?
Sawa-sensei. She thinks I have no... But if I were to advise your club, it'd be all the reason I need to stay on campus. So what do you think? It's a win-win situation, wouldn't you say? Oh, and if it's experience you...
I believe I understand. The purpose you stated for being here does fit the... But I will not be persuaded, so I propose a
test?
Right this way, please.
What? Hey!
Who's this, sis?
This is Yagami-san, our new... However, I intend to test him first. See if he's
Fine by me. I'm Kento Amasawa, Kyoko's younger brother. When your sister's as nosy as mine, you've got to step up...
Please have a seat, Yagami-san.
After you.
Oh, how kind of you. So, Amasawa-san, back to the topic at hand here. Could you tell me what the Mystery Research Club actually...
So, primarily, yep,
yeah.
Unfortunate. What?
You make some... So, getting back to this test of yours.
Yes. So, based on what you've told me, that being said, I'd also be a fool to take you at your word.
Well, the caution is admirable.
Then you shouldn't mind if I test both your skills as and once that's over, the club will either accept you as our mentor, or turn you in.
I get the picture.
Actually, we've been dealing with a rather risky case.
How risky are we?
Well, Yagami-san, have you ever heard of a sugar baby?
Huh?
You know it. Now our current case involves one such sugar baby. It seems that one of our dance club girls has grown a reputation for dating older men. Unfortunately, I've yet to pin down...
All you know is she's in dance club? Well, I understand why you'd want to know more, but she in danger?
The issue at hand is that she may be doing... Well, we found this out online, so we're... But apparently this girl's pretty infamous for what they call her...
Care to elaborate?
She strings the mark along, going on a few dates for an agreed-upon sum. But then she gets a large upfront payment for promising to seal the deal. And then...
Okay, I can see how that might make her enemies, but that's on the guy. I mean, he's paying to date an underage girl, and he thinks he has the right to complain?
You're not wrong. Problem is, her latest mark. I believe rape and murder were his choicest threats. So yeah, we can't just write this one off.
Oh, yeah.
And now he has this gang roaming the streets, searching. I'd say that establishes the risk clearly, and as soon as we found out, we've been trying to find the...
Yeah, I get it now. If we don't act, she could be...
I think we're finally... After all, the truly artful detective...
That's not... In any case, now that the situation's clear, just tell me where to start, and I'll be there.
It is said that the great Sherlock Holmes was able to freely change his appearance from helpless old woman to shifty-eyed vagrant. He deceived the masses and never lost a lead, all thanks to a good disguise.
So, you want me to go undercover?
Yep. Any detective worth their salt should have no trouble with that. You're going to infiltrate the dance club as an advisor and return with a lead on the sugar baby. That is your test.
Wait. You want me to teach a dance club?
If it's required, then yes. I want you to win their hearts in ways I myself could not. Those girls are a close-knit group. They'd never trade gossip with someone like me. However, if a cool new stranger gained their trust, that's you, they might be more willing to talk.
But how am I supposed to be a convincing advisor if I've never danced once in my life?
That's okay. It's rare for their advisors to get up and do it themselves. They generally teach from a book.
Oh, great.
If it's any consolation, their current advisor never even shows up, so you'll already have an in. Just give them a few pointers, act authoritative, and soon enough, you'll be their closest confidant. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy? To teach something I know nothing about?
I'm sure you can figure that out. That is, if you really are a detective and not some snaky imposter.
I guess I'll have to prevail.
Good, then let's move. They're in the gym basement, in case you didn't know.
I know her test.
Huh?
Where's the captain? Right there.
Something's not right.
Sayaka Nishizono. I'd like a word.
Hey, aren't you...
Amasawa from the Mystery Research Club? You betcha.
Oh, great. The MRC.
Calm down. I'm not here to expose your secrets.
What are you getting at?
To preface this, I noticed your club...
Yeah, apparently he got really sick.
Right,
We're lucky
and it must be rough.
Yeah, and we've got to meet...
I see. Then the stars really did align in your favor.
Listen, Senpai, I know we...
Don't worry, you don't owe me for this. I'm offering you a...
potential advice?
Let's not... The important thing is, Yagami-san here said he'd agreed to help you with your routine as a stand-in advisor.
Help with their...
Oh my gosh, really? This is just what we needed. You know, so how long have you been...
I'm not...
Oh, so much. I've been literally racking...
Whoa, time out.
Yagami-san, this is your Reichenbach Falls moment. You need to dive headfirst into the challenge. Don't you get it?
No?
We all know our moves, but it feels like it's really kind of down to the wire. So can I ask for your first impression? Does our routine need more going on, or...
You know, it's hard to say what's going on.
I shouldn't have to say this, but keen observation is elementary for... And...
Isn't your routine a little tame? Maybe you could spice it up a bit.
Spice it up how? You mean like we need skimpy outfits?
What part of this is a high school don't you get?
Yeah. So, the music's not a bad choice. But it'll take more than your average dance mix to stick in the audience's minds. Have you considered traditional...
Enka?
They have the rhythm. She told you all that, remember? Besides, it'd be demoralizing to make them
Isn't your routine a little...
What part of this...
I think you guys could use a bit...
Really? I thought they were all pretty sick.
Yeah, Rhythms act.
Oh. Well, you know what that... there we go. Let me take another... I think your performance could use a little more...
Blair?
Well, you're already in perfect sync, and everyone knows their part, but... You were right. It needs something that's gonna lead...
I see what you mean. Maybe we are... If only we could come up with better... Oh!
Ah. Let's take apart what could give you the edge you need. Why not incorporate Kung Fu?
Did you just say...
Sure did. Throw a few kicks and punches, or knock the competition...
That's actually not a bad idea. Yeah. And it's... But we don't know the first thing about Kung Fu.
Well, you're in luck. Kung Fu happens to be a hobby of mine.
No way! That's so cool!
Well, it's my own...
Perfect! So will you teach us?
Guess I'm gonna have to.
Sweet! Then let's get a quick... Let's see some ass-kicking
really?
dance...
I really have to do this?
Of course. We'll get to analyze your moves, your footwork, your breathing.
I wouldn't get your... I've never done...
Okay, what we'll do first is show you the opening 30 seconds of our routine until the... While you're watching...
Sure.
Okay. In there.
Whoa. Thought I could... But you know what?
That's a spirit. Ready for...
Let's freaking dance.
You're officially the best! Incredible.
Oh, he's amazing! That was amazing! Wow! Wait, is that Kung Fu? Never do that! Gosh, I hope he doesn't knock someone out! See it?
Oh, look at that! Did you see that? Yagami-san, what was that just now?
Believe me, I'm just as winning is part skill and part pulling
I don't think
out
a
your...
seasoned athlete could pull that off. Yagami-san, that was incredible! You're
Wow.
not just a pro,
You're giving an amateur way
no
too
way
much credit.
an amateur moves like that. Maybe you don't realize it, but you have a gift for this. You're totally a born dancer.
I don't know about all that.
Well, whatever you call it, we're gonna use... You seriously saved our neck?
I'm just glad it all...
If it's okay to ask, could you drop ever since our advisor stopped showing? And we could all use some guidance.
If you guys will have me?
Oh, you're the best!
I think it's time we headed back now, Yagami.
Oh. So, did I pass? I'd say I made plenty of headway.
Indeed you have. Honestly, I'm still in shock over how every time I try to approach her, she reacts like I'm there to accuse her of something.
Gee, I wonder...
Well, all the...
Oh, I'm a...
Yeah, also, I have another theory.
Yeah?
So, spreading through the news like wild, put those pieces to... But, I wouldn't want to hamper any important detective... At any rate, Yagami-san, I'll go ahead and let the chairman know of our arrangement. That is to say, I'll form...
That'd be great. But do you really think he'll hire?
Sure, so long as you're officially Also, we do need another faculty member as a supervisor. Their only responsibility is signing the paperwork. You'll still... Our school makes you jump through a lot of hoops just to be welcomed as...
Yeah, sounds like...
Yep, no... The chairman actually promised to sign... Well, I made him promise might be a bit more accurate.
What? Really? Man, he told me the club's already had advisors.
Typical. I doubt he wants to actually keep his word. After he probably thinks the MRC's a big enough... Well...
Hey, you'll get your chance.
Oh, when you have a spare moment, could you join us in the clubroom for a talk? I'd like your advice on another case we're monitoring.
What, you've got something besides the sugar bit?
Yes. In fact, but that's a lot...
Okay. Hey guys, how we all doing? Sweating it out on some layups?
Who are you?
My name's Yagami. I've been the MRC's advisor for all of a couple minutes, and I need to ask the basketball club a few questions.
Okay.
There was a student teacher who used to hang around here as recent as, what?
Oh yeah, Mikashiba-san.
Anyway, he stopped showing up out of nowhere. Any of you have any theory? Okay, scratch that. Then what kind of
I wouldn't say jerk, but he was enthusiastic. Yeah, I mean, he did show up almost...
The club was really good back in his day. That's probably why he had us hustling even harder than the coach.
So, would you say he was on good terms with you all?
I guess. Wait.
Oh, from class 2 too? I don't know. I haven't seen Matsu, Nakane, anyone.
Something special about Class 2-2?
Well, yeah. Koda's in 2-2, and she was Mikoshiba-sensei's star pupil.
Star pupil? I do know who you're talking about, by the way. Are you saying she was...
In a way, Mikoshiba-sensei worked her harder because she had...
See, most of us already had... So, anyone starting as late as now has to be really athletic. Mikoshiba-sensei knew that too. I'd say him looking after Koda did us all a favor.
Wow. Sounds like the model instructor.
If you say so. But I'm not sure Koda felt that way.
Oh?
Mikoshiba-sensei might have just thought it was tough love, but I think he went overboard with the teasing sometimes. Like, he'd make her shoot and then go, "See? That was how not to do it."
Are you saying he would mock her?
That makes it sound bad.
Hey, was it? He said the way she held the ball was arousing. Said it was her main contribution.
That's not true. She's got a nice chest, too. That's fair. Anyway, when Mikoshiba-sensei stopped coming, the guys in 2-2 were all like,
"Okay, what did Koda do to him?"
Are you implying they had a relationship?
Beats me. Mikoshiba-sensei did anything like that? He would've got...
Yeah, people like to gossip, but as they say.
Maybe Koda-san's the reason he was always so fired up. Maybe she's the reason he got...
It wasn't some...
Are we about done here?
Last thing. Where are Koda-san and the others?
No.
Maybe they're still in their classroom?
Okay, and I think that...
You spacing out on me? Look at me when I'm talking.
You can't face us because you're weak. Who gave you permission to quit anyway? Newsflash, you're...
Yeah, think about us for a second. Who has to pick up all the grunt work when you're gone?
Maybe she feels special after what happened at lunch. Like people suddenly give a shit about—
Doesn't give you the right to ditch practice. Talk about—
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Is that all you know how to say? You think we're letting a stuck-up bitch like you give the order?
You guys still haven't learned to play fair?
This fucking guy.
Attention students! Be on the lookout for a creeper.
If I were you, I'd watch my mouth around a club advisor.
Say what?
I'm Yagami, from the Yagami Detective Agency. And your chairman just hired me to advise the Mystery Research Club.
Bullshit.
I guess word hasn't gotten around? Maybe I'll let a few wisecracks slide for now then. But mark my words, I'll be here every day of the week. So be on your...
We better get to practice.
Yeah, you do that. Oh, and, break a leg out there. Matsu. Not very nice, are they? Are you alright?
I'm fine.
Koda-san, I'm sorry to spring this on you, but as I said, he started training as a teacher here pretty recently, right? At the time, did you notice anything strange about him? Maybe he seemed troubled, or you saw him hanging?
Why are you—
The basketball club members think you and Mikoshiba might have been—
They said that?
Well, I suppose there wasn't much truth to what I'd heard then. Don't sweat it. Just so you know, I'm actually going to be hanging around here at the school for a little while longer. If it's cool, I hope we can find a way to be friends. See ya.
Wait a sec. Earlier today, it was your voice that I heard, wasn't it? I just never expected anyone to actually stand up for me in school. But you could say I didn't really stand up to them for myself much either. We all just treated it like it was a normal thing. Sometimes people would even laugh about it. But then, today, something changed.
Leave her alone.
Everyone suddenly decided to take a stand like they'd seen enough. I couldn't believe it. But that first voice, the one that told them to stop, that was your voice, wasn't it, Yagami-san?
Who could say?
I knew it. It was you. Thank you so much for that. Today was eye-opening. I never thought about how horribly I was being treated until everyone stood up for me. What's more, it made me see that I was strong. In fact, I finally stood up to the basketball kids.
So you did. Is that what made you decide to quit the club?
Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to play basketball in a real team. I used to read this manga that made it look so cool. In a comic, even if you're a terrible player, the team always tries to lift you up. I tried. I wanted it to work, even if all they did was tear me down. But today, I just up and quit. That's not cool at all, is it?
You did nothing wrong, Koda-san. Truth is, there's a lot of injustice in the world that goes unseen. And some people decide it's easier to be part of the problem than be part of the solution. The kind of people who only feel joy when they see others in pain. You can only do so much to make people see the light. At some point, you've just got to let them go. You know what I mean? Then there's no shame in quitting.
But Yagami-san, I think you can only say that because you're such a strong person.
Okay. In that case, we won't call it quitting.
Huh?
You can play. Doesn't have to be with the basketball club. If you practice, you wouldn't even need a school basketball club to get to where you want to be. If this sport is what you want to do with your life, I guarantee you there's going to be a path for you to take. And all you have to do is find that path. I mean, it's got to be out there. And then you don't have to call it quitting.
I don't know about that. Are you sure? I mean... wouldn't that be cheating?
Come on, try to work with me here.
So... the MRC. You're the advisor? Yagami-san?
Yeah. If you need anything, you just let us know. Anything at all. For example, if you hit any more trouble with those basketball club kids, you find me.
Sure.
You've got this.
Oh, Mr. Detective. Yagami-san, right?
Yeah. Shouldn't you be at practice with everyone else?
Yeah, well, remember Matsune and Sakaki? You know, the two other guys I'm always hanging around? They're ready to talk to you about Mikoshiba-sensei now.
Huh.
Well, Detective, I think they have a lead for you. Hey, you're here on some kind of case, right? You know, Mikoshiba-sensei talked to us pretty often. I think maybe we can help. That is, if you wouldn't mind starting fresh with all of us.
Oh. Turning over a new leaf, are we?
We kinda have to. How else are we gonna get good college recommendations? It would really bite us in the ass if you went and narked on us, so... will you at least hear us out? Matsune and the rest are just upstairs. Please, be a nice guy. We're really sorry.
Okay. I see where this is going. How many guys are up there waiting to jump me? The next floor up is for third years, right? You rope some of your senpais into this too?
Wow, you don't even know us and you're throwing out accusations like that? How are we supposed to become upstanding citizens with teachers like this? It's just not fair.
Fine.
Really? Awesome!
Over here, Yagami-san! Sorry to drag you all the way up here for this.
You wanted to talk to me? About Mikoshiba-sensei?
What? I can't hear a word you're saying, man. Why don't you come closer so we don't have to shout?
Yeah, let's get this over with. So many of you. You guys all know Mikoshiba-sensei?
Nah, that's not how our senpai friends roll. They know the Yokohama Liumon.
Yokohama Liumon? You mean the local gang?
Hell yeah. I've got a friend who's in deep with those guys. I scratch their back by bringing them chicks to hang out with, and they scratch mine by tipping me for it. It's a pretty sweet deal, actually. Also, we've got a little thing going. I get to drop the Liumon name if I need him to handle some business.
So you sell them girls in exchange for honorary membership? You need to find better friends.
Don't talk to me like you know me. I stay on their good side and I get my personal bodyguards. I work with the tools I've got to get to the top.
So you got it all figured out, don't you, kid? But you're missing the big picture. They're gonna turn the tables so fast you won't know what hit you.
I'll keep that in mind. But I wouldn't worry about me right now. You're the one who's got the real problem on his hands.
You get it? From now on, if you even lay a finger on us, you offend the Yokohama Liumam, and they'll take that personally. You see what deep shit you're in here, Yagami-san?
So how about it? You know how to say you're sorry? Cash for our pain and suffering.
Oh yeah? How much are we talking here? Grand?
$1 million. If you're short, I'd be happy to hook you up with a loan shark. I know a guy who lends for the Seiryu clan Yakuza.
First it's a gang, now it's the Yakuza. Keep bringing adult shit into this, I'm gonna start treating you like one.
Huh?
You wanna see what happens to gang members? I'll show you.
You sure you want to do that? We're gonna charge you extra.
Oh, you got this shit down, Matsui. Let's take this asshole down! Fuck him up!
And stay down. Ugh, my eyes! Cheap shot.
Can't see?
Got you now! No, you don't! Huh?
What? Did he just jump off?
Nah. He's just hiding in the dark. You guys go look for him and tell me when you find him. I'm going for a smoke.
Okay, sounds good.
You guys follow me. We'll all smoke together till we get...
Sure, I'll come with.
Senpai's the toughest around, and the coolest.
Ah, well. All for my adorable...
Tastes good, senpai? Smoke.
So you came all this way just to get your ass—
Hey, Akane! Go get the other sen—
Okay, I'm on it.
You guys better watch out. If your teacher busts you smoking, on the other hand, you guys could use a lesson in manners. And I'd—
Huh? What the hell?
Bastard! So this is where you were hiding.
Now what? That mouth of yours won't get you out of this. Don't give me that smug look.
Jeez.
He's too good at this, man.
Hey, you mentioned compensation for pain and suffering. That still sound like a good idea?
No!
Then from here on out, we're buds, right?
Ow! Ah, my shoulder! Holy shit, that hurts, Yagami-san!
Tell me everything you know about Mikoshiba. After all, you guys were pretty...
Mikoshiba-sensei showed up to practice, like, basically every day. Kind of a pain in the ass, if I'm being honest.
As soon as our coach would leave, it's like a switch would flip and he'd start drilling us. He'd make us do like... And if even one of us lagged behind, it meant 10 more. That made it obvious real quick. Koda was our weakest link.
So Mikoshiba was especially harsh on her then?
Yeah, because she's such a freaking klutz. Even the first years got sick of her eventually. Only thing she did right was unite the team against her.
You gang up and belittle a single defenseless girl, a beginner in your sport, and you call that unity. Real classy. Listen up. Mikoshiba's parents have reported him missing. Foul play could be in the works here. He's been gone for far—
Hey, you think maybe Koda did it? Some kind of crime of passion?
This isn't the time for bullshit. Or you want to keep going?
Nope. I'll pass.
Have you talked to Sawa-sensei yet? He probably knows Mikoshiba.
All she told me was how exemplary he was, both as a student and a student teacher, and that he looked out for you guys, out of some sort of camaraderie.
Huh? She really talked him?
Why, something off about that?
It's just... Sawa-sensei was really cold. I actually brought that up to him one day. And it turns out the rumors were right.
Rumors?
Back when Mikoshiba-sensei was a student, one of his classmates apparently committed suicide. And Sawa-sensei suspected him of bullying the kid. I don't think he ever really got past that. He'd get all depressed sometimes.
Really? Sawa-sensei thought Mikoshiba was a bully?
Oh yeah. I actually asked him about it once, but he just laughed it off.
I teach English, and that's what I was focused on. So as far as I knew, and during his time in training, I was under the impression he got along—
What did she really think about Mikoshiba? I'll have to press her on it. Hi there. Has Sawa-sensei gone home?
Actually, she's in a meeting with the chairman.
So then she's at his office?
Yes, but I think they may have some visitors.
Gotcha. Thanks. Hey. What the? Suspicious.
Pardon.
Yagami-san. Those men are with the Kanagawa police. They said they're here to make inquiries about Mikoshiba-kun's disappearance.
And they asked to see Sawa-sensei too?
Yes. But I have to ask, can you tell me what's really going on? You were asking questions about Mikoshiba-kun as well.
I should leave it to the police to fill you in on that. I mean, their sources are probably more recent than mine. They should have the latest details.
Mikoshiba-kun is no longer with us, is he? And it's just as I feared.
Two months